What's good, YouTube people? I am sitting here in my employer's parking lot waiting to go to work because the rare occasion has arisen in which I'm early. Now, I'm usually on time, but I'm usually not early. But I just wanted to touch on some news that I heard last night. I was scrolling through YouTube, as I'm wont to do, and ran across the latest from Camelot 331. I don't know if you're familiar with him. If you're not, he's absolutely fantastic. He used to work for Gamestop in all sorts of capacities, from regular salesperson all the way up to manager of several stores. And he got fired for some BS many years ago, but he's a successful YouTuber now, so it's, no loss for him. And he kind of has become known as a spokesperson for the working class, really. At first, he keeps tabs on what goes on with GameStop and the employees, and a lot of the employees email him regularly to kind of give him the inside scoop. He hops on sales earnings calls, things like that, so he really keeps an ear to the ground. And that's how it started out. I think that's when his popularity really began to boom, when he started covering that, and then next thing you know, he's covering Target and Best Buy and Walmart, and so I just find him a pretty entertaining and informative source to go to hear the news that these big companies might not necessarily want us to hear. Well, anyway, the latest bit of news he dropped last night was coming from internal documents that were sent to him from employees, and it was discussing some changes to from GameStop's benefits offerings to its employees, which is to say that moving forward, starting January of 2024, there won't be any. Now, this is interesting because within the last year or so, as you know, the pro membership that they offer, and I do have one. I got mine. I think mine's going to expire here in a few months. But back when it was still $15, but now it's $25. So they're charging you $10 more, but you no longer get the 10% discount. Now, you do get the $5 credit every month, which I make sure to use that. But basically, they're charging you more for less. So they've gutted the pro membership while increasing the price. But now they will no longer offer health care, medical care, disability, all sorts of stuff. The only medical plan that they offer is an employee sponsored, which means good luck. If you want medical insurance, you're going to have to pay for that on your own, which, working at GameStop, is a non-starter because they don't pay you enough for that kind of nonsense. As I understand it, GameStop routinely is one of the absolute worst paying large companies to work for. And it just really does look like, between gutting the pro memberships and dropping benefits, and now they've announced to their employees that they're not doling out the hours for the holiday season. And in a lot of cases, you're going to have, on Black Friday, a lot of stores being opened and run by just one associate. So it sounds like corporate executives planning to take the company into bankruptcy, and they're just basically filling up their bags so that golden parachute is as sparkly as possible when they dive out the window. And now, I've been saying for probably the last 3 or 4 years that I didn't think GameStop was going to make it long term. And now, with these announcements by Walmart and Target and Best Buy that they're dropping physical media, and used physical media being the lifeblood of GameStop, I think the writing has been on the wall for some time that it's not a business model that's sustainable, and they really can't lean on their collectibles markets too much. I go in there, Best Buy, I keep saying Best Buy, I'm sorry, I haven't had my coffee this morning. I go into GameStop fairly frequently, and I see the same collectibles sitting there and sitting there and sitting there until they finally hit clearance prices. And that tells me that the product's just not moving. And I've noticed that their physical game inventory has just been shrinking. And I don't know what it's like in your market, but in mine, you go into pretty much any GameStop any time of day, weekday, weekend, doesn't matter. It's usually just dead as a doornail. And you go in, on top of that, they're carrying maybe 40 titles for every major console. It's anemic, and it's sad. But I would say this: if you're going to buy a console or any sort of expensive device or gadget that they sell, and they offer you that warranty, don't buy it. Warranty's not going to be any good when the company's not around. At this rate, and this is just purely my own thoughts, I'd be surprised if GameStop is still around by the end of next year. Anyway, those are my thoughts, and I'm about to have to go into work, so y'all have a great day.